Hey friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Jobu, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report, because without you guys, well, this just wouldn't work. You know, I always hate to think that things have bias to them, but you want to think that everybody has a fair shot at everything, but unfortunately, it's not the case, I'm sitting here, what I do, okay, I'm a part of NFL media, so I get all the updates from the NFL. I've got literally every app for NFL, so when news comes across, I'll look at it, I'll try and verify it and make sure that it's credible sources. So when I try and tell you guys something, I'm trying to make sure that it's credible when it goes out, that it's not some BS. And if I'm not sure about something, generally speaking, I'm not going to put it out there. Because I don't want a backlash. I'll give you an example. I had heard about some of the stuff about Zeke Elliott was coming down the pipeline, but I couldn't say anything about it because I couldn't verify for sure about the suspension, but I had some credible sources, but I was like, you know what, I'm not going to put it out there unless I'm 100% sure. I knew about Des Bryant's father dying the night before the game where they announced that he had died. But again, I don't want to put stuff out there without being sure about what I do. But it's amazing how stuff is jaded. Right now, NFL Network ended up releasing, Marshall Faulk and Eric Davis and Warren Sapp and all these other names for sexual harassment. Now, when I got up this morning and I was going through my phone real quick, first thing that pops up at Google is Michael Irvin named in sexual harassment. I was like, oh crap. Then this broke in the middle of the night. They got a picture of Michael Irvin and everything else, the playmaker, and it goes on with the story. So I start reading the story, and the story is the woman who had the original case against Eric Davis and all those guys, her assistant who worked for them for 2 years, basically is describing the assaults from Eric Davis. Eric Davis would, hug and linger too long and would progressively get worse and worse with his hugs to the point of grabbing her, butt, squeezing, or rubbing his junk on her thigh and stuff, and getting more and more bold. Okay. Her contention with Michael Irvin was that while she was doing makeup, that he put his hands around her waist. Didn't grab a butt, didn't grab a boob, didn't do the coochie or anything like that. But he put his hands around her waist, and she let him know that's unacceptable. And from that point on, she said that, she made sure there were boundaries. Yet the picture you have on this article is Michael Irvin. The meat of the article is about Eric Davis. Now, I'm not saying that Michael Irvin grabbing her waist is in any way acceptable. Don't get that twisted. But it's a whole lot different than him grabbing her rear end and making the story make you think that it's all about Michael Irvin. And this is where I say that things aren't always quite as fair as it seems. Because as we know about Zeke Elliott, who was never charged with a crime, was never convicted of anything, was never even arrested for anything, yet he got six-game suspension, longer than anybody else in the NFL for domestic violence. Yet there are other guys who are convicted and walking around where there's film evidence right now that got a pass. So unfortunately, things aren't always even and equal. So it is what it is, and I guess in society in general, that's the way it works. But it's sad when I look around and I think about how things are, as old as I am, I lived through the end of segregation, I was born at the Freeman's Hospital, which was a black hospital in D.C. because there wasn't one in Virginia, that I literally had to go past 3 hospitals on the way to get born, because that's the way it was. But the fact that this day and age, we're still dealing with the same divisive issues is sad. But I have hope for the future. I really do. I hope that this generation gets it right. Those young people out there, my kids, and the teenagers that are there, that this generation will be the new great generation to get us above and beyond all the stuff that divides us. I have hope. And I still have hope that the Cowboys are going to make it to the playoffs too. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. So as always, friends, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe B Sports Report. Because without you guys, it just wouldn't work. And I will see you guys tonight at the live stream at 9 o'clock. Have a great day.